we want control, because control gives you confidence. One thing about getting along with horses, you have to have more than one way to ride a horse. There's 3 or 4 ways, maybe sometimes 4, 5, 6 ways to do the same thing. Thing about it, when we start training horses, we have a boundary of about this wide, maybe this wide. The thing about it, we all close up, we meet at the same place, and that's in the show pen.
But I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try to get the most out of her. I'm gonna put my best effort into it to get the best out of her.
See how that mare run off? She won't go over there to Rusty's horse. That's good though, because you know what? Every time my horse makes a mistake, you know what I get to do? We get one more stop, we get one more backup, we get one more turn. And you know what? It's going to take 10,000 stops, 10,000 backups, and 10,000 turns to get this mare to the show pen. So I might as well get started.
And I want to focus on my weak spot.
Right.
When I'm riding, training this horse, and that becomes, it's not my weak spot anymore, that builds my confidence. And I think that'll build confidence for other people riding horses also.
It's hard to beat confidence.
It is.
You know, but your horse has almost got to have, you've got to give it to your horse, but your horse has got to have confidence.
He's got to give you a little bit,
right.
You know, too.
Exactly.
You know, balance is kind of, it's hard to explain. I don't think there's any book that can teach you how to balance on a bicycle. You just got to get out there and play with it.
Because if I can't go the other way, we might spend 6 months going the other way. I mean, is that you
right,
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'd rather win the class than the warm-up.
Right,
yeah.
Right. And what I don't want to do is I don't want to try to teach her a lot of bad habits that I'm going to have to come back and fix later. I want to minimize the habits, the negative things that I teach, and try to enforce the positive things that I'm going to need later on in our program.
I don't want her to anticipate, and I also don't want her to be a slave. There's a fine line there. This is my partner. This is my dance partner. So there's going to be times when she's gonna compensate for my weaknesses. I'm going to compensate for hers. But if she'll wait for me to ask her to do something, when I ask her to do it with all the expression that she develops herself. Somewhere in here, she's going to have to develop personality, strength, and when she gets strength and personality, then we see that as confidence.
That's what this clinic is about. I mean, that's what this series is going to be about, and that's what we're about, is how we're developing these horses that we're going to show this year. You know, not saying that they're all going to make it, but then we want to have a show horse next year. And if we don't, we want to have a horse that we can go sell to somebody that they can go do 14 other events with.
A good broke horse.
A good broke horse.
If you'll stick with it and have faith in what you're doing, it's probably going to work out. And if you can't have faith in what you're doing and the faith and the integrity to stay with it for a week, then don't do it. But if you try something, and as long as you go to it with compassion and integrity, you're going to be okay. You're going to work your way through it. You know, I ride my way into problems, and I ride my way out. I have my whole life. But what I found is if I'll stay with it for 7 days, I'll come out of it.